So yeah, Amir, obviously, we know your room's recorded. You've already stated that you're a fair mod, that you want to be fair. Amir, here's my request. Can he come up, or can either you or Zarif show anywhere in the Bible where God ordered to rape babies? The answer is no, but I would like for him to come up and try.
Well, brothers, if you said it, brothers, you gotta stand on it. So
So
you gotta
come
bring
on
it to
up,
the front.
Wonder.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Amir.
So Aki, you up? You are up.
Yeah, I'm up. So what I've said in the chat, I don't think anything I've said in the chat is controversial. The Bible does teach that the triune God ordered Moses to rape children. We all know the passage. We all know the passage. I mean, it's Numbers 31. We all know the passage. So I don't know what is so, uh, I don't know why Christians find it so offensive. I don't find Sahih Bukhari offensive. I don't. I accept it. And I'll gladly explain it. I don't have an issue with any of that. Why do Christians find their Bible offensive? And if you do, then get rid. Become a Muslim. That's all I have to say.
Let me respond to that, Amir.
Well,
Again,
I'm gonna give you the
I'll
verse that
bring.
I think the brother is bringing to you.
Oh
The
yeah, it's
verse
Numbers
is
31, starting in 15. I'll read it. Would you like me to read it?
Numbers 31, right? 31 and 1. Okay, the Lord said to Moses, take vengeance on the Midianites for the Israelites. So far, so good. Verse 7, they fought against Midian as the Lord commanded Moses and killed every man. We read further down, Moses, Eleazar the priest, and all the leaders of the community went to meet them outside the camp. Moses was angry with the officers of the army, the commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds who returned from battle. Verse 15, have you allowed all the women to leave? Have you allowed all the women to live? He asked. They were the ones who followed Balaam's advice and enticed the Israelites to be unfaithful to the Lord and pure. Okay, so anyway, verse 17, now kill all the boys and kill every woman who has slept with a man, but save for yourselves every girl who has never slept with a man. Okay, so that's pretty conclusive.
whoa, whoa.
That's pretty conclusive, wouldn't you say?
Whoa. Oh yeah, pretty conclusive. I'm still
Right.
waiting to hear where God commands them to rape little children. That's not it. You didn't find it there. You won't find it anywhere in the Bible. So, in everything that you read, nowhere does God order the rape of babies. Now, we can go back to the verses and I'll just read them quick and I'll try to pronounce the names properly, right? Moses and Eleazar, the priest, and all the chiefs of the congregation went to meet them outside the camp. And Moses was angry with the officers of the army, the commanders of thousands and the commanders of hundreds who came from service in the war. Moses said to them, have you let all the women live? Behold, these, on Balaam's advice, caused the people of Israel to act treacherously against the Lord in the incident of Peor. And so the plague came among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known man by lying with them. But all the young girls who have not known man by lying with them, keep alive for yourselves. So what's being said? They were ordered to kill everybody. They killed all the men. They killed all the beast. Then they start bringing in all this stuff. And Moses says, hold up. Were you commanded to do that? All these women that you allowed to live, they caused you to act treacherously against God. So the women that have had known men by lying them with them were engaged in causing the men of Israel to sin against God. So kill every single one of them. But the little ones who have not known man by lying with them, they're not guilty of the sin. How do we know? Because they're virgins. Because they didn't cause you to act treacherously against the Lord. So don't kill them. Show me where God says, keep the virgin or rape the babies. That's what you said in your comment. Prove it.
So
You see, I've been quiet the whole time. Let's have a nice conversation about this. The people, yeah, who took the little girls, which is tough in Hebrew, when they take them alive, what do they do with them? Could you tell us?
Yeah. So again, so when you're taking captives, wars of captives, what I would suggest is that yeah, you are going to assimilate them into the congregation, and that you would be able to marry them and have intercourse with them. And so, but does that mean is the verse suggesting that you ought to have sex with them right at this
Okay,
moment?
let us be charitable. Everybody read the verses. People could see it is talking about rape. You say, no, it is talking about marriage.
I'm not saying it's talking about marriage per se. What I'm saying is that when it does say to take them, to keep them for yourselves, that's going to be a variety of reasons. You can marry them, you can
Okay,
assimilate
does it
them into.
include rape or not?
No, no, I wouldn't say it includes rape.
No, okay, let me get to that then. You see, we already agreed the Hebrew word is taf, means children, little ones. So they are talking about children, yeah?
Yeah,
The commentary of Shishoni, this is a rabbi on this. He talks about children among the women who have not had carnal knowledge. You shall let them live for your benefit. This formulation prompted Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai to state that the female convert who has not attained the age of 3 years and 1 day is fit to marry and to have intercourse. You hear that? It is one of them, Jewish rabbi, based on what? He bases on the oral Torah. You see, oral Torah, a Mishnah, Nida 44b. This is what he says. A girl who is 3 years and 1 day old is betrothed with intercourse. So already these verses are talking about children to have intercourse with them. You said no, no rape. They should marry them. Okay, Amir, you are in Deuteronomy chapter 21. Let me read it about the
Deuteronomy,
captives. Let me read it, Akhi. This is from
first,
Good News Translation. He said no rape. He was talking about the captives. If you can get captives, these little children, 3 years and 1 day old, are captives according to him. Listen, Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10. When the Lord your God gives you victory in a battle, you will take prisoners, as he said, the little children, 3 years and one day old. You may see among them a beautiful woman that you like and you want to marry. He said they want to marry him. Let us be charitable. These Christians come always to us and say, oh, sex slaves and whatnot. We are not like them. We are better than them. They say marry. We say sure, marry them. Let's read on. Take her to your home where she will shave her head, cut her fingernails, and change her clothes. She'll stay in your home and mourn her parents for a month. Why? Because they killed the parents. You see, the verses in Numbers 31 says, kill all the man, all the woman. Those are the parents of these children. So they have to be stay in a home to mourn their parents who them killed. And listen to this verse 14. Later, if you no longer want her, you are to let her go free since you forced her to have intercourse with you.
Bam.
Forcing someone to have
oh,
intercourse with you.
wow.
Not
Bam.
only that, not
Bam.
only
Got
that,
him.
New English translation talks about this. It says the Hebrew verb anna, commonly used to speak of rape. Genesis 34, verse 2, 2 Samuel 13, forced intercourse. Jewish anointed commentary talks about this. They relate this to Genesis chapter 34, verse 2, where is rape. Jews are telling that. Jill's commentary on lawful commerce with a woman of defiling her or violating her chastity, rape. Matthew Poole's commentary links this also to Genesis 34, verse 2, rape. So even the captives which you are talking about, even the marriage which you are talking about, is talking about rape, forced intercourse. Not come and say it is good. Come and say, oh, it's from God. Come and say that everybody should listen to it.
Wow. That's
Okay,
amazing.
cool. Okay,
That's a big one.
One second. So now kill all the boys and kill every woman who slept with a man, right? Okay, so my question is this, is Moses working independently, or is he still following God's commands? That's question one. Question two. Again, if this is not God or Moses instructing the Israelites to to take young virgins for themselves.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So your first question was Moses acting independently? No. He was carrying out God's command. I'm going to give you an answer. Do I think it'll be satisfactory to you? Absolutely not. But I will give you an answer in a recorded room.
So he's affirmed that it was indeed. So Moses wasn't acting independently; he was acting on the orders of God. So there you go. There's that point proven, right? It was indeed your God instructing Moses to take little girls, for himself, for himself and his army, right? Well, I mean, the verse is self-explanatory. I don't really need to go anywhere. The verses 17 and 18 are pretty self-explanatory. So there you go.
Okay, thank you. So you're right. The verses are self-explanatory, right? Now, if you start at 7, we're back still in Numbers 31. Start at 7. They warred against Midian, and as the Lord commanded Moses, and kill every male. Right? So they killed the kings of the Midian with the rest of their slain. Evi, Rekam, Zor, Hor, and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian, and they also killed Balaam the son of Beor with the sword. And the people of Israel took captive the women of Midian and their little ones, and they took as plunder all their cattle, the flocks, the goods, all the cities and the places where they lived, and their encampments they burned and took the spoils, so on and so forth. Right? Now we get down to 15. Moses said to them, "Have you let all the women live?" Right? So he's asking them a question. Behold, now he's speaking to them. These who? The women that you allowed to live. These, on Balaam's advice, caused the people of Israel to act treacherously against the Lord in the incident of Peor. And so the plague came among the congregation of the Lord. Now, therefore, so what happened? He's saying, listen, did you leave all these women alive? These women caused us to act treacherously, or the men of Israel to act treacherously against God. And because of that, God punished us. He sent plagues upon us because of what they caused us to do, right? Because they seduced us and we fell victim to their seduction. Now, therefore, this is 17. Kill every male among the little ones, because God said kill all the males, right? So kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known man by lying with him. But all the young girls who have not known man by lying with them, keep alive for yourself. You are absolutely right. The verses are self-explanatory. God told them to kill all the males. So yes, he was acting on God's orders.
I
Every
think we're all
Hold
male.
on,
agreeing
Wonder.
with you on that
Hold
one.
on,
That's
Wonder.
not
Right,
the
right,
part
right.
that
Oh,
we're
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
disagreeing
Danny,
with you
Danny,
on.
Hold
okay.
on,
Danny,
brother.
stop
Let
there,
me say
please.
this.
Stop there, Danny.
Yeah, let
Stop
me say
there.
this, Wanda. I think that with the verse it's saying, kill every male, why the young males? Why the baby males? And save the baby
Yeah, that's
females
the
for
question,
yourself.
right, Amir? That's
That's the problem
that's
That
what
there.
has
I'm
See?
getting.
So I'm
always
saying
been
if
the
it was about
question, Amir.
kids,
That
if it
has
was about
always been the
kids, if it was
question.
about saving the kids, then it would be different if they said take the male, the young males and the young females, right? It was about saving the children. It's not about that. It's about kill every male and take the young, kill the women too that slept with men. Kill them too, but take the young ones, the young girls for yourselves. Yes, that's. I think that's very clear, brother.
Were the young
It
men
is. It is
soldiers?
very
Were the
clear.
young men fighting in the
It is
war,
very
or were
clear.
they
It
innocent?
is.
Go
The
ahead.
answer is not going to change. God clearly says in verse 7, kill all the males. He doesn't say kill the old males and leave the young males. He says kill all the males. So when Moses says kill all the males among the little ones, he is acting on God's order because God tells him to kill all the males. Moses said to them, "Have you let all the women live? Behold, these on Balaam's advice caused the people of Israel to act treacherously against the Lord in the incident of Peor, and so the plague came among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones," right? "And kill every woman who has known man by lying with him. But all the young girls who have not known man by lying with them, keep alive for yourself." As we read, God commanded for all the males to be killed. all of them, whether they were young or old. And then Moses told the men, all these women that you have brought back, all of them that are not virgins, they caused us to act treacherously against God. So kill them, all of them who aren't virgin. They're all culpable, right? They're all responsible for the plagues that came upon us. So kill them. The ones that are virgins, obviously they're not culpable.
In the beginning, he said it wasn't God who was instructing. Sorry, prove that it was God who was ordering Moses. Prove it was God. And now he's completely changed,
Oh yeah,
his
it
tune.
clearly is
So
God.
he
It
does
That's
says
a
it
believe
was
it was
lie.
God.
God.
That's a lie. I'm glad the room's recorded. You guys can go back and listen to it. You're a liar.
What?
Again, I said prove it
I am glad
was
it's recorded.
God.
This is hilarious. It's gonna go up on
Yes.
TikTok and
I
everything,
said
man.
please put it on
Did
TikTok.
your God tell Moses to kill everyone except the little girls for
No.
themselves? All this
Because
We
time,
it's
he
read it
God
was
who
from
spoke
verse
to
1.
him.
affirming that it was his God
We read it from
commanding
verse
Moses,
1.
and
Yeah,
now
it's
he's
God
saying
who
no,
said
it's
this for
not.
Moses to do it.
Wrong.
It's
Oh,
clearly
what a
God
liar,
speaking to
man!
Moses. These are all commands from
Oh,
God.
wow.
So what's he
Wow,
talking about?
that sounded profound, Shadid. Now let's go back to the beginning. You said the triune God of the Bible ordered Moses to rape babies. And I said that is
Yes.
false. Can you prove it?
Numbers 31,
Yes,
verse
thank
1.
you.
Start at the beginning of the chapter.
Thank
These is
thank you.
all of
We
this is
read the whole
all
thing.
verse. This is all things
Shadid,
that
you are
God
late
said
to
to
the
Moses.
party.
Right?
You are
Thank you very
late to
much.
the
I
party.
actually I wasn't. I was here the whole time.
It's very clear. Danny, is very clear. I don't think we should be arguing about this. It's very clear for anyone to read. Uh, because God is ordering Moses to kill all the males, even the babies. That's male, and to kill the women who have slept with men, but keep the babies that are the young girls, the babies for themselves. If it was about saving the children, then the young boys would have been saved along with the young girls. And God would have just said, kill the men and the women and keep the boys and the girls. But this is not the case. So the brother is asking, wonder is asking, why would God issue Moses to kill everyone, the male, the female, and the baby male, and not the little girls, and take the little girls for themselves? So that's really personal. Right, something
Akhi
serious.
Amir, this is exactly what I was talking about when Stavsky was here. These are the people when they shouting to debate us. Oh, you should debate this one. The guy doesn't know anything, man. Didn't one time refer to Deuteronomy 21. Didn't one time talk about what happened to the girl. Didn't one time talk about any commentary, any Christian idea, any church father and whatnot. Yet we should debate them. Debate them in what? They don't know anything.
So can I respond now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, respond.
Thank you. Nowhere in the
Danny.
verse does it say, does God command to kill the women? Moses commanded to kill the women.
But
God did
is he
not
acting
command
on
that.
God's
Right,
order
he's
or he's
acting on
acting on his
God's
own
Hold
command.
on.
order?
God, he's
So
acting dumb.
again,
He's
we read
acting
the
dumb.
verse. We read the verse. God said,
No,
kill all the
Danny, I'm asking you
males.
a question. I'm
And
asking
I'm
you a question,
answering.
Danny.
I'm answering.
Right.
God said,
I
kill all
know,
the
I know. I did.
males.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you because you're going off. Now I'm talking to you,
Nope.
so I'm not even. I'm not. Even, I don't even have the
So you
aggression in
want
me.
me
I
to
don't even have
answer a
that.
question, but you
Right,
won't
right. You got
mute
to
your mic
calm
so I can
down,
answer it.
bro. Calm
I am
down.
calm. I am
Right
calm.
now, I'm saying that you're saying that the verse is not telling Moses. God is not commanding Moses to kill the women. This is something that Moses is taking on his own. That's what you're saying. He's just doing it on his
Yep.
own.
Yep.
So this is what you believe that Moses did
Complete
things.
nonsense,
And I
man. Yeah,
want
Moses went and
exactly.
and
killed
Oh,
people
so it's
on his
changed
own.
his view
no, I
because
didn't.
earlier he said it wasn't.
Hold
He
on, hold
said it
on,
was
hold up.
God.
I see what's going on, right? So you're saying you're holding the position that that Moses is not operating from the command of God, but he is actually going against what God commanded and doing his own thing.
That's not what I said either.
Well, I'm saying, I mean, you're saying he's doing his own thing. You're saying that
Exactly.
he's
That's
not.
that's exactly what he's implying.
Is it
No,
Exactly.
it's
God's
not.
command that he's
Either
following?
Moses is following
Is he
God or
following out
Moses
God's
is doing his
command?
own thing.
Because I wanted to be real smooth on this, right? Because I wanna really hear you, bro. So like, are you telling me or you telling us that Moses is not moving off the commandment of God, but himself? Are you saying this?
Yeah, I'm saying God, as it clearly states in verse 7, God says, kill all the males. So they bring back the women and the little boys. And Moses said to them, have you let all these live? Right? Speaking about the women and the little boys. So Moses commands them to do what God ordered them to do, which is kill all the males. He didn't say just the older males. He said nothing about preserving the children, which you just added in there. He said kill all the males. So Moses was following God's command when he told them to kill all the males, because God never said anything about the women. He just said the males.
Danny, this is something that you know that you're not being honest about.
Where
This is
did I
something that
lie?
you know you're
Where did
not
I
being
lie?
honest about.
Now you
You're
just
you're
accused
you're
me of being
saying or you're
dishonest. So either
implying.
you're a liar
No, what
or
you're
I'm a
doing.
liar.
No,
Prove
let
it.
me tell you what you're doing. I'm gonna tell you what you're doing. You are implying that Moses did something without God's command.
I'm not implying that.
That's what you're
It's in the
implying.
verse.
Yes, right. So
Right. So
listen, what
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
lie. So
So
you lied
you're
by calling me
implying that
dishonest.
you're implying it because do you
I'm not
believe that
implying it. That's what the
Moses would
verse
move
says.
and kill? I'm
It
asking
says
you a
that it happened
question.
outside
Do
of
you,
God's
would you,
command. Is that what it says?
right? Are you saying that he did this outside of God's command?
I
That
said
it doesn't
again.
say that.
Now, like Shadid said, finally once I agree with Shadid for once. Allow me to finish my answer and then Shadid can
Come
respond.
on,
How
man.
about that?
Are you saying that Moses moves outside of God's command?
Moses followed God's command and then gave his own command.
He just did this to innocent people. He just did this without God's commandment. You're saying that he just did it on his own.
Yeah, he would.
Why would he do
He
that?
again. It's in the verse.
The verse 1, it clearly said the Lord said to Moses. So everything in what's taking place in this chapter is what the Lord said to Moses. As unfortunately, like he tried to make it seem like Moses went rogue or something. No. Verse 1, the Lord said to Moses. Then it reiterates it again in verse 7. They fought against Midian as the Lord commanded Moses and killed every man. Right, and then you go through the next verses. It's always, notice how it keeps reiterating throughout, although it's giving these things in the middle, but it keeps showing you this is what the Lord said to Moses. This is what the Lord said to Moses. Look, even after 8 verse 18, what does it say? You keep reading to verse 21. Once again, it reiterates it. Then Elijah the priest said to the men who were in battle, the Lord has given Moses this legal requirement. So once again, who's doing it again? This is what the Lord said. So 3 times in the chapter thus far, at the beginning, this is what the Lord said to Moses. In the middle, this is what the Lord said to Moses. One more time, these are the statutes that the Lord that the Lord gave to Moses or commanded Moses. So it's clear all of this whole chapter is what the Lord said to Moses. None of this is Moses on his own going rogue and deciding on his own to kill innocent people. Because that wouldn't make sense, right? Why would God sit there and say, whoa, Moses, I didn't tell you to start killing innocent children and girls and all of that. Everything in this chapter is what the Lord said to Moses. He's running from that because he wants to, of course, paint it in his false Christian narrative. But it's clear from the middle, in the beginning, the middle, once again, it keeps telling you what the Lord said to Moses. The Lord said to Moses. All of this is what the Lord said to Moses. There's no way around
So,
it. The chapter starts in verse 1. This is what the Lord said to Moses. Right at the beginning of the chapter.
but
This is what the
where
Lord said to Moses.
where did it say
Then it
move?
reiterates it again. Then it reiterates again. This is the command from the Lord in verse 7. Then
Okay.
it reiterates it again. Then notice again, I'm sure if you pay attention, you know how to read. It says what the Lord said to Moses, and then it tells you all these different details, right? Moses didn't make it up himself. Then once again, gives some details. Then again, reiterates. This is what they did as the Lord said to Moses. Then again, more details in between. One more time, verse 21. These are the requirements that the Lord had commanded Moses. So notice after the killing of the women, the killing of the boys, and all these other things, keeping the girls for yourself, it gets down to verse 8, verse 21. Again, this is what the Lord said to Moses. So again, after it gives you all the stuff, it says, yeah, this is what the Lord said to Moses. So it shows you throughout the chapter, over and over, the Lord said to Moses.
So
Everything
where?
in this chapter is what the Lord said to Moses.
So I think Pope has some contention, right? Pope, you have some contention. Are you saying that the verse is not saying that?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, what is
I
your
mean,
contention?
asking him where?
Okay. Oh, you asked you what
Yeah,
verse?
where?
That was
Okay,
what verse was that? Numbers
31.
31.
Numbers 31, verse 1, right? The Lord said to Moses. It starts off telling you this is what the Lord said to Moses. Then it reiterates it again in verse 7. Then it reiterates it again in verse 21. It
Right.
says
I
it
don't
again.
want to like
Watch this.
when things are very explicit, like
So
arguing about it, like keep going back and
right.
forth about it.
So
It's a
here's
headache,
what his
bro.
problem is. Here's what his problem is. He's not getting that
No, you're
it's
not
giving
getting
it's
it.
no, you're not getting, it's giving
I'm
all the
asking you a
details.
simple
And after
question.
I'm
You keep
showing you,
saying
if you know how to read and
I'm,
understand,
I'm
if you
asking you
I
which verse. It's
gave you I
numbers. It's numbers 31. Pope
Where?
numbers 31,
Number
brother.
Numbers
31.
Numbers
If you
thir-
put
look,
the
Chapter
I'm
verse
giving him
in,
31.
the
put the
verses.
verse in the chat for
Again,
him.
again,
And
again.
Where?
Let me explain it to him. Again,
Where,
Numbers
Lewis?
31:1 says the Lord said,
Where?
guys. And once again, well, guess what? I gave you verse 1, verse 7, verse 21, verse 25. One more time, it says it again in verse 31. So the Moses and Elijah the priest did as the Lord commanded. And what do you read before that? Before you read verse 31, now it says God wants a portion of the spoils. It says, take and set apart a portion of everything that was taken, set it aside for the Lord. And after it says all of that stuff that you need to set aside for the Lord, one more time. So Moses and Elijah the priest did as the Lord commanded Moses. So clearly, Moses didn't make this stuff up on his own. He's only doing what the Lord commanded Moses to do. Everything in this chapter is what the Lord commanded Moses to do. So when you get to verse 31, it says it one more time. So Moses and Elijah the priest did as the Lord commanded Moses. But if you read the previous verses, it doesn't say in the most, and the Lord said, do this, and the Lord said, split up the people, and the Lord said, give him a half. It doesn't say it. But as you keep reading, again, it lets you know this is what the Lord commanded them to do. So they're doing what the Lord commanded Moses to do. Verse 31.
go ahead, smile, go ahead.
All right, for sure. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Okay, yeah. So just coming to the verse about the at least about the rape part, I would like to sort of deal with one claim at a time. So the claim is that this is referring to raping little kids because it says that kill everybody else and then keep these for yourselves. Now, the first thing we could at least admit is that the text does not explicitly say take these kids so you can have sex with them at this moment, which would be rape. Is that correct, Amir? Could you agree to that?
Correct. It doesn't say rape, but what it does say, I mean, I think any of us can see that if God is ordering Moses to kill all the males, the babies, the adult males, and to kill the women who had sex with other men, to kill all of them and take the little virgin girls for yourselves.
If they are
The
virgins, if
for yourselves thing is the thing that makes it very personal. It didn't say save the little girls or, it said take
Right.
them
No,
for
I got you.
yourselves.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, the first point I wanted to make is you were referring to the Jewish commentary that was saying that you can basically have intercourse with a female of 3 days and 1 years old. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't know. I'm a Christian. I'm gonna reject that interpretation or what they say about that. So that wouldn't apply to what I understand.
So what
And
interpretation are you taking?
well,
What
as far
interpretation do you
as
take?
no, as far as
Exactly, because they weren't
as
Christians, so you can't
well
say I'm gonna go to the
from
Christian
what
commentary of the Old Testament because there were no Christians at that time. So yeah, where you getting your understanding from then?
no, I'm saying well he was trying to equate that to because they say that you can have intercourse with a 3-year-old in 1 month or 1 day
But that's
old,
their
then
book, though, right?
this
So
is
so where
this is
so but
okay.
that's their book,
But
though. So where you
but
if you're
hold
not
on,
going to accept the
but
people
but
who believe in that book's
but
interpretation,
but hold
then
on,
where you
hold
getting
on.
your interpretation from?
But Shadid, hold on. Again, even when they drew, even if they have that understanding, again, I'm going to reject that. I don't see that in the text. You can try to make some sort of calculation based off of Rebecca and all those things, but again, I reject that. So,
And so
uh,
where are you getting your understanding from then? If you reject the understanding
Right,
of the
right,
people who
Smiler.
believe in the book, then we're saying, okay, so where are you getting your understanding from? That's all. See, I'm gonna make you be consistent
because
now. Be consistent.
yeah, because Shadid, because it says, I think it's Deuteronomy 29, where it says that there should be one law for the born or the native born and for the foreigner. And so if you're taking them for yourselves, that means that they also are going to start following these
Okay,
laws, which means that they're going to be assimilated into the culture.
so you're wrong. So your own commentary say this actually refers to Deuteronomy 21 verses 10 through 14, which Brother Ali already said, because that's what it's talking exactly about that. When you see a woman that you like, keep her for yourself. So this actually applies to Deuteronomy 21, verses 10 through 14, where they're told, when you see a woman from the enemy camp that you like, keep her for yourself. You can make her your wife, give her a chance to mourn her family, and then she's yours. You can take her and make her your wife. So actually, this doesn't refer to assimilating. This refers to according to your own Christian commentaries. In fact, it refers to Deuteronomy 21. When you see a woman from the enemy camp and you want to keep her for yourself, just like here, keep the young girls for yourselves, not to
Okay,
assimilate
At
them,
three
but to make
days
them,
old, at
but
but to
hold,
three
make them
years
your
old
wives.
and one.
hold on.
So yeah, so now on that, so you said you reject the people who believed in this book's understanding. Where are you getting your understanding from? Because like I said, I'm looking at your own Christian commentaries, and they're saying, yeah, it means that it refers to the law of Deuteronomy chapter 21, verses 10 to 14, which deals with, like Ali said, taking the woman that you see from the enemy camp and keeping her from your own Christian commentary. Ellicott's commentary for English readers, I'm looking at, says that's what it means. Keep a alive for yourselves means that, referring to the law of concerning marriage with captives was enacted, Deuteronomy chapter 21, verses 10 through 14. So where are you getting your understanding from?
Bro, Smiler was so prepared to talk. What happened? Why is he quiet all of a sudden when Ali brought the evidences and Brother
That's too
Shadid
much
brought the evidences?
information. That was too much. With him, what Ali and Shadid just did, too much.
SubhanAllah.
Like
It's very funny,
they
man.
sealed up every
Oh my
corner.
God, where did he
They
go?
ain't leave no crack.
Oh, he left
They
Where did
too.
he
sealed up.
go?
They sealed up every single corner. I'm up here like, geez, I don't know what he gonna say, bro. Like,
Nah,
there's no
bro.
corners.
That's
He sealed
crazy,
up
bro.
everything. Jewish commentary, Christian commentary. I mean, he gave everything.
Yeah, bro, what
I
is he gonna
mean,
do
that's just too
now?
much evidence.